wherever you choose to spend your time is what you'll be. Right? Whatever you choose to consume is what you become. So you can choose to consume pop culture, you can choose to consume Netflix and all the other things out there. You can just choose to consume things that are constantly building you, growing you, getting you to think different and change your life. It's up to you. All right, but some real things I want you guys to be able to take from that stuff. And that was just 6, 7 minutes of that conversation. But one of the big things I want you to understand is the social circle that you're around. That was like the last thing that Jay Shetty was talking about, right? How we're a lot of times held back from what we know we should be doing or what we really want to do because the people around us, the people, our social circle, our environment keeps us there because we value them. We value their opinion of us. We value what we receive from them, which is love. Go back to last week when we were talking about Tony Robbins, talking about love and connection being one of our 6 basic human needs. And if that is something that runs your life, if that is a high on your 6 basic human needs is love and connection, well, no wonder why you can't do something that your friends, family, people around you won't approve of, is because you think that they will no longer feel, you will feel love and connection from them. So now you're not going to do the thing that your heart, that God is calling you to do because it's too much away from your basic human need. All this stuff ties in, but I want you to see how your social circle matters, how the people around you matter. That old saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That matters. That matters who's in your ear because it'll allow you to either live the life that you want to, move towards the life, or move away from it. So you got to really take into account that social circle. The other thing that they started out, Jay Shetty talked about, is that you're not stuck. You're grieving an old version of yourself. You're not really stuck. It's just you look back and say, man, that part of my life was so much better. This old part of it, whether it was like they gave some examples, whether it was when you were raising the kids, it was a lot better than when your kids are adults. It's like, man, I just wish we were back at that stage. So then I don't have to deal with these issues and their mind and all this stuff. And you're kind of grieving that process. So you can't move forward in your relationship necessarily because you really want that. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's a financial status. Maybe it's something that you are that happened in the past that you're holding on to that is not allowing you to get to where you want to go. So that was the question he posed. He said, "What's holding you back?" That's saying, "What's holding you back is what you're holding on to. What's holding you back in your life is what you're actually holding on to from the past version of yourself, a past identity of yourself." So what is that for you, ladies and gentlemen? You got to, again, this is time to plant a seed so you can go to work figuring that out. Like, what are you holding on to? He said some things. What habits are you holding on to? Some old habits that you're holding on to that's actually holding you back. He said, what old mindsets? What old mindsets are you holding on to that's actually holding you back from becoming the next version of yourself, to actually designing your ideal life? What environments, what expectations are you holding on to that's not allowing you to get to where you want to go? That's why this stuff is mental. These are limiting beliefs. This is the stuff to work on. You will know where to go. You will, as long as you put one foot in front of the other, you wake up every day thinking about, again, you write out a vision, you understand kind of what's up ahead and the person you want to become, you'll know exactly kind of how to start going down that path. But the thing we don't often do is go back and say, man, what am I holding on to? What beliefs? What thoughts? What identity of myself? You know, when he gave that example of like, I'm a nurse. How could I ever be a podcaster? Right? I'm a mom. How could I ever be an entrepreneur? I'm this. Like, that is what happens in our brain is we put ourselves in this box of this is my identity. This is who the people around me say that I am. This is who I've been for these people. This is how I show up in the world. This little thing. And now my heart, my mind, like my desire saying, but I want this. I want more. And we don't know how to break out of that identity. This is why I challenge you guys all the time to say, do something today that scares you. Do something that breaks you out of your comfort zone today. Just every day, like push yourself. Like, yeah, I know normally that's what I do, but today I'm gonna do this. It could be something really small. I do this for my daughter by like trying to introduce new foods to her. Now, luckily, our daughter is really good about eating. Like she's not one of those picky eaters, like little kids only eats like chicken nuggets and fries. Like that's not her. But she does have things where she's like, man, I don't like that, or I don't want this. And I'm like, have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried it before? She's like, no, I've never really tried it. And I'm like, okay, well, if you never tried it, then we got to try it. So you got to take a big bite and you got to chew it and you got to think about it and think, okay, do I really like this? Do I want to take a second bite? But I push her every day, every time we're out to try something new, even in just her food, even in something just really tiny. So that's the same thing for you as an adult, guys. As an adult, what are you doing every day that pushes you out of your comfort zone? What are you doing that's changing your habit, that those old beliefs? This is such a crucial thing to really pay attention to, y'all. It really is. 177 mental toughness secrets. The one chapter I can correlate with this is champions believe in choice. Like, I hope you understand that you have a choice for all the things that you do in life. For everything, you are choosing something. It's not that your circumstance is forcing you to, your environment is forcing you to, like, you can move. Sure, it's not going to be simple. It's not like I can just, right, drop everything. Sure, there might be some planning, but absolutely, you're not a tree. Like, you're not a tree. Like, you can pick up and move. You can change what you eat. You can change your environment. You can change what you watch. You can change what you consume. Like, you have choice of anything. So if you already know, I'm not fully experiencing life the way that I want to, in my health, in my finances, in my fulfillment, in my relationships, in my spiritual life, in my business, just and I'm not fully experiencing the life that I want. Change something. You have that ability. And that's what Jay Shetty was talking about. That like there's probably something you're just holding on to that was back then that you're just not choosing to change. Maybe you're not aware of it. Maybe today was the call that you're like, oh, now I am aware of that limiting belief or that thing that I've been thinking about that I've been holding on to since for 10 years, for 15 years, that's kind of kept me in this place. This belief that I have about my life or about my child's life or about my work ethic or about what I choose to do or my identity. Maybe there's something there that now I can start uncovering. So now I can get a different result. But here's what it says in 177 mental toughness secrets. Again, this correlates a bit. You'll see at the end, this correlates a bit to what he's talking about. It says just as amateurs see themselves as victims of circumstance, professional performers believe they possess the ultimate human freedom, the power to choose. Average people get out of bed in the morning and say, I have to go to work. Champions know they don't have to do anything they choose not to do. This mindset impacts every decision of both amateurs and professionals. Amateurs feel that they are at the mercy of the gods. Professionals carefully construct a life based on a series of choices they make. This sense of control increases the professional's ambitious drive. It's also one of the reasons champions appear to be so much happier than average people. They know their choices really control their destiny. They believe they can be anyone they want to be, do anything they want to do, and have anything they want to have. Their belief in this concept becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, which builds psychological momentum and makes their belief stronger every day. That second to last sentence, y'all. They believe that they can be anyone they want to be. They can do anything they want to do, and they can have anything they want to have. Do you believe that? If you believe that, then we have to start by figuring out, well, what's holding me back? I promise you, if you do this work, I've done a lot of this work. If you do this work, you have a limiting belief somewhere. You have a limiting belief somewhere. I promise you. There's something in your mind that says, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I'll be loved. I don't know if people will accept me. I'm not sure that that's the right path. I'm not like, I promise you, like if you really just go deep inside, like that's what happens. There is a belief system. Your belief system is off somewhere. And once we learn how to change that, we shift that perspective that we believe that we can be anyone we want to be, do anything we want to do, and have anything we want to have. Like you absolutely can. Then you start unpacking and uncovering where your limiting beliefs are, what's holding you back, what mindsets are holding you back, what habits are you holding on to that you're like, this is all I've known. That's not allowing you to get to where you want to go. I was sharing this conversation. I was coaching somebody yesterday financially, and she was struggling because she's a single mom. She's been going through this process with her money by herself for 20, 25 years, right? She's just been doing it herself and just muscling it out herself. And she's created all these systems that no longer work to help her go build wealth, right? She knows where she is. She doesn't like where she's at. She wants to go build wealth. And the process that I have to take her through is the breaking down of like her systems of what she believed she needed to do. Some of you, this will resonate with because this might be you and your finances. Because I know I work with some of you, but I know this happens to a lot of people where you stop trusting yourself at some point in time with money. So what happens is you create six different accounts. You have an account to pay your mortgage, and you have an account for savings, and you have an account for a vacation, and you have an account for your bills because you didn't trust that if you had one account that you would keep all the money to do all the right things with it. So you created a system around putting money in all these different places to kind of protect yourself from yourself. And now you're like, but I want to go build wealth. And you're not understanding why you can't. It's because you didn't even trust yourself with money 15 years ago. You kept overdrafting. You didn't know how to save it. You didn't know how to keep it. So you created this system to like now handle it the way you need to handle it. But now that is not helping you get there. This is just an example with money. This happens in all the areas of our life if we're unconscious about it. If you're unconscious about it, like you've created systems around how to never be hurt again in a relationship because somebody hurt you 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 8 years ago. So you created a part of you that says, you know what? I can't do this because now that's going to open me up to this feeling, this emotion, this thing I don't want to feel. So I'm going to go through life this way. And now you want this greater relationship. You want to feel more connected. You want to have more loving connection and contribution. But you forgot that 10 years ago, you made this perspective shift that says, I'm not going to allow this. So now we have to go back. This is like therapy, y'all. Like this is what you go through when you really want to take your life to the next level. You have to dig in and figure out how you got here and what are you holding on to, and then know that you have the choice, the ability to change it because you can become anyone you want to become. You can do anything you want to do, and you can have anything you want to have. That becomes your operating belief. I'm telling you, y'all, if y'all can lock into this, if y'all can understand that this is the work, this is the work. This is how you get to the next level in life. Remember, one of my mentors used to always say, if any of you are chasing finances or right, trying to build your financial life, you want to be financially free, remember, your money only grows to the degree that you do as a person. Your money only grows to the degree that you do as a person. So if you don't grow as a person, your money will not grow. If you do not think differently, get to a higher level of understanding, of knowledge, of consciousness, that was the word. If you don't get to a higher level of consciousness, your money will not grow. You cannot out earn your identity. Say that again. You cannot out earn your identity. Who you believe you are, your money can't surpass that. So the first step, if any of you are trying to deal in becoming financially independent, you have to raise your identity. You have to think higher of yourself. You have to start believing that you can be, do, have anything that you want. You have to start attacking limiting beliefs that you've had since maybe even a child or 20 years ago or 10 years ago. And you have to change that part, and then your money catches up. That's how you do it. That's why people that win the lottery, like the statistics say, they all go broke within 5 years. Why? Because their identity was here. Most people that play the lottery, no shade. I love all of you if you play the lottery. Don't worry, I'm not talking about you unless I am. Right? Like the people that play the lottery consistently, their identity is relatively low, right? Wealthy people don't play the lottery. Rich people don't play the lottery. Upper class, like they don't play the lottery. So that it keeps your identity low. So the ones that do win the money, when it comes in, their money shoots up, but their identity is still down here. That's why they always lose it. It always comes right back down to their identity. It's the way that it works. So if you really want to change specifically your financial life, but this goes into all the areas, you have to raise your identity, who you believe you are, and then it catches up. Same thing in your health. Raise your identity of what your standard of health is and what it looks like, and your body will catch up. It's not the other way around, ladies and gentlemen. And if you just understand this one thing, if you just understand that you have the power to do this, you can choose exactly what you want to make happen. First, you just got to go back and figure out what you're holding on to that you got to let go of. There's probably some identity, there's probably some habits, there's probably some things you just got to be like, yeah, that's not me anymore. That's not how that's not how I think anymore. That's not who I am anymore. And let that thing propel you forward. Life changes. The action step for today says make a list of the things you feel you have no choice about doing and revisit each one. Do you really have to do them or are you choosing to do them? Could some of the the less desirable things be omitted simply by making a choice? Delusion says you must do these things. Objective reality says you always have a choice because you are in control. You are in control of your life. You, you, talking to you, right? You are in control of this. You're in control of your habits, your actions, your thoughts, what you consume, what you choose to not consume. Like you're in control of all of it. So if you're not comfortable where you are, if you know that there's more, if you're not okay living at the level that you're at, let's revisit and figure out where we're limiting our beliefs, where we're holding on to some things. And then let's start to believe that we can be, do, have anything that we want. And let's go off and make that happen, y'all. It's Wednesday. You get another shot at this thing today. You're all here. Go out, do something that scares you today. I'm serious. Go out and do something that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Don't let this Wednesday look like last Wednesday just because you have the same job. Don't let this Wednesday look like yesterday just because you're in the same routine. Like do something different today. And trust me, you adapt this mindset, y'all, your life is going to change. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. If no one tells you, I will always tell you, you deserve it. You just got to do work. It's the hard work. It's not the stuff they're going to tell you about on social. Like this is the hard work of like digging in and looking at where you are and how you got to this place, letting go of some of those things. And then we can start to go off and design our ideal life, y'all. Enjoy your Wednesday. I'll see you back here Friday. Take care.